Have you ever felt misunderstood? I know that I have. I thought in this video I would talk about how it feels to feel misunderstood and how it just doesn't benefit us ever to feel that way. So I thought I would dig deeper into this subject. This is a subject that I hear from everybody. Everybody I know pretty much feels misunderstood. And I know that I have too, and I've worked on some things that might help you. So my name is Samantha, and I'm a therapist, and I love to talk about manifestation and self-concept and law of assumption and all those cool subjects. So I definitely believe that working on your identity, working on your self-concept is what will create your entire life, and that your world is a mirror. So it's mirroring back to you everything that you assume, everything you believe about yourself and about others and about the world. So when I found these things out, I doubled down on that. I doubled down on me. I had never done that before, and it has changed my life dramatically from the inside out. That's what we want to do, is change from the inside out. So feeling misunderstood is probably a feeling that you've had for a long time. And either you were told as a child, maybe you were too sensitive, or you're weird. I heard that. I heard that even when I was an adult. You're weird. Too much. Yeah, too much, too sensitive. You talk too much. I heard that too. You talk too fast. You walk too fast. Everything was too much. That's what I learned. And so throughout the years, I think that to feel like I was accepted by people, I would just dim down that huge light that was inside me. And I really felt like I had a light inside me when I was a young girl. I really felt bigger than I was being. And I never felt like I really fit in with anyone. I always felt like they had something above me. I always felt a little bit lower than everybody else for some reason. And there's really no reason for that, except that I was being abused at home. So that might have been part of it, of course. So my self-concept was probably in the toilet. I didn't know what self-concept was. And so when I learned about it, it really changed my life over the years. And so, yeah, I think feeling misunderstood is just us feeling insecure and looking at the world, like basically your world is reflecting back to you your insecurities, if we want to look at it that way. This is the way I started looking at it, because it empowered me more than anything to know that my world is just mirroring back to me what I'm internally thinking about. And when I learned that, it really clicked finally after a couple years of learning about law of assumption. And it just clicked. And I was like, oh, this is why there's so many patterns of this. And so when I noticed the patterns, I kind of just went back and thought about, what thoughts was I most thinking about all the time, dominantly. And I didn't intend to think those thoughts. They were just kind of programmed in over the years. So that's what you have to watch out for, is what programming are you thinking from? What story are you telling yourself that you're thinking from? We're always thinking from a story that was programmed in, or a story that is still active. Basically, every thought that you have, you're activating something. You're activating a feeling. You're activating chemicals going through your brain and your body immediately. Your heart rate might be going up a little bit. You're activating yourself. So you have to consciously be aware of, what are you aware of? Where are your thoughts? Where are they taking you dominantly? And we think 95% of the thoughts around that amount that we thought yesterday. So we have to be very conscious and very deliberate with intention to really start making a shift and creating those new neural pathways, if I could talk, neural pathways in the brain that take you down a different route. It's like rerouting on a GPS. We got to reroute. Time to go this way instead of this way. Take a right turn instead of left turn. You might have been taking the left turn your whole life. Why don't we think about taking the right turn? Let's see what happens there. But we normally take the left turn because it's comfortable and we know what to expect. But if we want real change, we've got to start thinking about how can I change what I'm thinking on a daily basis? How can I change what I'm aware of? How can I change the story that I'm living from and that I'm telling myself? I don't sit there every day and say, I'm a trauma survivor. I don't sit there and say that every day. That is something that happened to me. It's happened to so many people. But what we want to do with that is take our story and honor it and look for the gems. What did we learn from all that? What kind of person did we become? Who are we becoming now? And then who do we want to become? And who, sometimes also, here's another thing. We have kind of an idea of where we thought that our life should be today. Like, I thought I would have had 2 kids by now. I'm 42 and I don't have kids. And like everybody I knew that didn't want kids has kids. It was just like, oh my God, I would have been the first one to have a child, I thought. And I don't have any still to this day. And so I grieved that over the years. I had to really grieve that as I saw over a decade clients having children and friends having children and getting married and all these things. And although I've been married before, which was a blessing, I didn't get to experience the rest of that life that I thought I had with that person. And so I had to kind of grieve that over the last 10 years. And that was not easy. And then having different relationships and different partnerships. And it was an interesting experience. But you have to grieve the life that you thought you were going to have sometimes and start creating the life that you really want that maybe is buried somewhere in you that you just haven't found again. And I highly encourage you guys to think about that. Where are you not living the life that you really want to be living? What are you saying yes to when you really want to say no? That was another video I did. And if you're feeling misunderstood, this is what I do with everything. If I have a feeling about something, let's say I feel misunderstood by somebody, which I could care less now. Like, I want you to get to the point where you care less. Like, that is literally where I'm at. It feels so good. And it's so empowering to not care what anyone thinks. So keep watching me and keep internalizing these things and I'll help get you there. But, and I lost my train of thought. I forgot. It'll come back to me. But yeah. Oh, here it is. So if you feel misunderstood, I ask myself, where am I misunderstanding myself? If I'm feeling ignored by someone, I ask, okay, where am I feeling ignored within me? What do I need to take care of within me? So I want you to always bring it back to you. If you feel misunderstood, then what beliefs do you have about yourself? Do you internalize what somebody says? If they say you're weird, do you actually think you're weird? Or if they say you're too sensitive, do you actually think that you're too sensitive? Or maybe you're perfect as you are. How about that? So if you look at it like this and you take the responsibility for this, which empowers you, it's not to blame you, it's to say, no, if I'm doing this to me, then I have the power to change what I do to me. Isn't that awesome? You have the power to do that. So you say, where am I expecting people to treat me this way? Where have I been treated like this in the past? And maybe I'm expecting to be treated like this again. Or you're treating yourself that way. Maybe you're not showing up 100% for yourself in certain areas every day. You say, oh, I'm going to do this tomorrow. I'm starting this on Monday. I'm starting this next week when the time is right. And then you don't start it again. And then it turns into another year and another 10 years of not becoming the person that you want to become. And so that's part of neglecting self. That's how I look at that. And so when you start showing up for yourself, like me doing a video every single day, this is not the easiest thing in the world at all. I have to plan, and I'm doing this in the morning. This is the first time I've done it in the morning in a while, because at night it kind of makes me like nervous that I'm going to have tech issues, because that's happened a few times where I was up, like I do not stay up past 11 ever. I like to be in bed by 10:30. And man, it was like 11:30, almost midnight a couple nights. And I was just exhausted because tech issues. But I still showed up for myself. There were a few times when I had tech issues where I had to go live. I think my first week or two, I had to go live a couple times. I think I had to go live 4 times. And I didn't know what I was doing. I was super scared, but I did it anyway. You just do it anyway. You push through that feeling you're having, but you feel the feeling. And you ask yourself, where did that feeling come from? Love your triggers. When a trigger pops up, love it. Welcome it. Thank you, trigger, for showing me. Call it trigger. Thank you, trigger, for showing me, or give it a name. Give it a funny name. give it a little Mickey Mouse voice, that it's talking to you in this little Mickey Mouse voice and it's triggering you. and minimize it, make it small. Because the trigger is just taking you back to some old thought that doesn't even matter anymore. It really doesn't matter. It's something that was programmed in so long ago. And ask yourself, what if I let go of this? I started doing that too. I started saying, what if I could actually literally let go of this belief I have about myself or about another person, or if I could change the way I'm looking at everything. I just really dug in there and thought about that. Like down to, I mean, it could be anything, like traffic that you're in, and normally you get really upset about being in the traffic. So it's there to slow you down, bring you more present. Maybe you need to breathe deeper instead of shallowly through your chest. You need to be breathing deeply through your nose and out your mouth and filling up your belly and taking a double inhale. When you've inhaled so much, take a long inhale and then take another inhale, double inhale, and it'll really fill up your lungs. Hold it for a few seconds, let it go. It feels so good to do that. And sometimes we just need to be reminded to breathe. And also, I want you to know, don't hold your shoulders up like this. All day long, I used to go like this. My shoulders would be all the way up here. It's like you got to let your shoulders drop. Drop your shoulders. Unclench your jaw. Notice in your body where you're tense, because your body is so used to feeling that way. Yet again, you got to train it like a dog. Tell it to sit and then give yourself a treat later because you deserve it. Because it's not easy to be present in your body, but it's best to be present in your body because you deserve that. You deserve to be living instead of going from moment to moment, hustling and bustling and grinding and not living presently, not living in joy. So it is a daily practice. And I know you can do it. I'm here for you every step of the way. I do offer one-on-one coaching if anybody ever wants that. It's down in the, I think in the description. And I've got all my meditation music. I just put up a new one today. And so if you want to check those out, feel free. But yes, and then in the future, I will offer, I'll probably have a membership going and maybe some email coaching too. I don't know. I've got a lot of ideas. So if anybody's interested in anything, please let me know. You can also go on the link for the one-on-one, and there's a place to sign up for my email list. I may need to link that somewhere where people can find it, but I haven't started it yet, but I'm just building a list out, and then I'm going to start putting some content in maybe a newsletter form or something, probably some audio podcasts. I'm going to end up doing some of that too. So yeah, well, this is video 40. Is this 45? I think this is 45. Let me make sure so I don't lie. No, this is 46. This is video 46. So thank you all for listening to me every day. This is video 46 of 365, me doing a video every day for a year and getting over fear of public speaking and social anxiety and all of that stuff. So thank you for listening and subscribing, and comment down below if you have any ideas for videos. I would be glad to take them and run with them, and let me know what helped. And yeah, I'll talk to you tomorrow. I'll be here. You have a wonderful rest of your day or evening. And you guys remember to love yourself, put yourself first, and change your thoughts. Because when you change your thoughts, you change your life completely and totally. So change your perception. You can change your beliefs at any moment of the day. You have complete control. Even when you think you don't, you actually do. You just got to program into your mind that, yes, I do have control. Yes, I do have control. I can do this. And keep watching my videos, and hopefully over this next year, you'll transform. Oh, you'll transform actually quicker than that if you really apply this stuff. But yeah, well, it was great to see you and talk to you, and I will see you again tomorrow. Thanks for watching. Bye.